you're saying, you know what the audience wants to do, they're going to do. But how do you manage for that at a certain point? It's now owned by your audience. It's not owned by you.
Well, I think that you try to control it as best you can, and our challenge with scripted originals, where the vision of the author-creator is really significant and potent, and I think that the fans respect that. We try to give them tools to interact with the show, but not take off from it. Not to sort of totally own and transform it into something else. So an example for us might be, we knew people wanted to interact with Mad Men, but the creator of Mad Men is very particular about the stories that he's telling, and I think that's why the show is as exceptional as it is, because he cares about every single detail. But so we knew we had to do something playful to let people engage in a different and interesting way. So a marketing tool we came up with was something called Mad Men Yourself, which was an animated version, more or less, an illustrated version of Mad Men, with a whole bunch of different scenes, the characters, various accessories, so people could, in fact, insert themselves into the series and, play with Mad Men, but we controlled, it was separate from the primary experience. And for us, that's a delicate balance. And, for us also, in terms of the social media aspect of it, the fact that you could insert yourself into the world of Mad Men and transform yourself into an avatar that then could be your Facebook avatar, and people would in fact then spread the message around Mad Men. It worked as a strong marketing tool for us too. But there's a delicate balance between holding on to the integrity of the property and giving people the opportunity to play with it.
We actually let them go right in. So when we have our finale, I mentioned these talk bubbles. We actually have our Bravo celebrities who are engaging with the fans at the same time that they're watching the show, and we monitor it. But they can do whatever they want, and it's TV and it's Bravo and it's content and it's fun and it's entertaining. So most of the people who are engaging aren't there to be jerks, basically. But you get it. I mean, people will ask Bethany, "How dare you yell at Jill?" And Bethany has her opportunity to respond. And she's a housewife. Well, actually, she's not anymore, but Bethany is Bethany, ever after. And you can't totally monitor what they say, but we give them a format that's supposed to be about being able to engage. And I think most people understand that if they go into a place, that format will get old. And we do monitor it, and we've never had to actually shut anything down. And we actually found that more people use their mobile devices on it, and that's a younger crowd. So even to your point, even the young folk who are engaging on Twitter and Facebook, I think they have respect for what the medium is and what you're doing.
And I agree with you, and I'd add to that, one of the millennial behaviors is really using the social graph to represent who they are. It's more important to them to create an image in the social world than it is actually what happens in their real world. And so, they're not necessarily inclined to want to do things that are going to be, negative to their image. In fact, they're using our programming and our content to represent who they want to become. And the fact that they have to reinvent themselves constantly, is great fodder for them and for us to be able to feed that content to them. And then, there are some people then that will also say negative things, but in that case, we try to embrace it. We had an example of someone who hated the Jersey Shore, and it's blasphemy, I know. But instead of ignoring that person or trying to tell them why they were wrong, we actually said, well, you know what, you might like this other program, and they World of Jinx, because it was based on the things that they were saying that they didn't like, and they actually then through social media emails, but talked to us from on our Facebook page and said, I really like that, thank you. So again, it's being real, it's listening to them, and it's really acting very differently than we've ever acted before.
I don't know if Marc had questions before. How quickly did you respond to that person try to have a very small window in terms of reaction because of the new social media sphere. And are you having that too?
Absolutely. If you're going to be real and they're going to, we're trying to humanize our brands, and you have to have a dialogue on a timely basis if you're going to do that. So we have the social media teams that do that, and focus, and they get back immediately. There's never a time when we really sit back and say, let's talk about what we were going to say. We've enabled them and empowered them with the knowledge and the ability to actually respond. And frankly, many of them are better at it than I could ever direct them because they're all millennials themselves.
We actually find that a lot of our clients, which are kind of the studios and major brands and whatnot, want a varying level of moderation. And there's some that just say, hey, let it run, and if somebody's violating policies on YouTube or Facebook, they'll get pulled down, and that's fine. But it's a delicate balance because you don't want to stop the conversation, and negative can be part of the conversation. It's just there's some people that are kind of the trolls that just want to take over and get the